Well, hello again, and welcome to Good Morning Topeka. I'm your host, Brian Kent. Today on the show, we have Audrey Howard, esteemed book critic from the New York Times. Tell me, Audrey, what have you brought with us today to review?
Thank you, Brian. Last week on Ellen, I was reviewing the book Lord of the Flies by William Golding, which made me want to do a segment on compare and contrast between that novel and a newer one.
Well, that's very interesting. So which book did you bring to review?
I read the book The Big Dark by Rodman Philbrick. In the story, the town of Harmony, New Hampshire has gathered on New Year's Eve to watch the Northern Lights. However, as they are watching, the power goes out. Even batteries in cars don't work. The main character, Charlie Cobb's mother, runs out of her medication, and without it she could die. It's up to him to save her.
Oh, that's interesting, Audrey. So what were the first few things you compared and contrasted about this book and your classic?
First of all, The Big Dark is a completely different time period. Lord of the Flies was based on a time somewhere between World War II, so they each have ideas and they have lingo and everything from the 1940s, whereas in this book they have ideas and technology and everything else from 2015. So that's different, and there's a character named Braggs, as an example of this, who he believes in things such as the Illuminati and the New World Order, which is a modern day idea. And the people in my classic are also from England, so therefore they have an accent. The biggest difference is writing style. William Golding is a very artistic writer, but I would definitely say that the person who wrote this book is kind of lacking. The only thing they have slightly in common is the theme and some of the characters.
Audrey, could you explain to me what you mean by having some of the characters in common?
Okay, I mean that Jack Merridew rises up to try and take the reins from the original leader, just like they did in my book. Just like in Lord of the Flies, unexpected leaders rise up, such as Ralph and Piggy, just like they do in my newer book.
One last question, Audrey. Do you think that The Big Dark will become a classic someday?
I don't think this book will become a classic because, first of all, the descriptive language in this book is really lacking. It's atrocious. There's literally a line that says, "Outside, the night was dark." Are you kidding me? This could have been written by a fourth grader. Second of all, the plot advances too quickly, and they tried to kill someone on the first day.
Well, that's all the time we have today on Good Morning Topeka. Our guest today was Audrey Howard, book critic from the New York Times, and the books we discussed with Audrey were The Big Dark by Rodman Philbrick and Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Next up on Good Morning Topeka, the Farm Report ends with some exciting news about manure prices. Thanks and have a great day.